Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back into Connor's College Football Predictions. Here to break down my predictions for Week 6 of the college football season. Um, Last week I went 4-0, including my Night Train Lock of the Week, and that makes me 6-1 in my past 7 picks. So I'm hoping to continue that streak into this week's picks. I have 4 games picked out for you. Let's get started with that right now. First off, Arizona State versus Notre Dame. I just want to start by saying this game is in Texas, so it actually gives more of an advantage towards Arizona State because geographically Texas is just closer to Arizona, and it takes the home field advantage away from Notre Dame. So just want to start by saying that. Also, Arizona State is 7th in the country when it comes to passing yards, and they are 12th in the country when it comes to putting up points on the board. This is big because Notre Dame is nowhere near as good defensively as they were last year. In their 2 games against ranked teams this year, they have given up an average of 38 points a game and 455 yards per game. You just can't win games against big teams with those kind of numbers. You just can't. And when it comes to stopping the pass, where Arizona State really succeeds, Notre Dame is 67th in the country. So I feel like Arizona State's offense could really succeed in this game. And I feel like Notre Dame's defense isn't really going to succeed at all. Last week against Oklahoma, they only put up 104 pass yards. Tommy Rees isn't getting it done. Their whole entire offense isn't getting it done. So I'm going with Arizona State in this game. Next up, Washington versus Stanford. This is a little bit of a revenge game for Stanford. Last year, they lost in this game. It was a Thursday night game, and it was a big upset. So I think that Stanford has that in the back of their heads going into this game. Washington, they have proven that they can stop the run, but I think that Kevin Hogan can really shine in this game because even though his numbers are kind of misleading, he is a very good quarterback in this Stanford offense. Yeah, back to his numbers being misleading. I think Stanford as a team is 77th in the country when it comes to passing yards per game, and that's only because they, Kevin Hogan's only passed 87 times, I think. You see Sean Mannion, who's leading the country in passing yards, he's thrown 240 something times. There's just a huge difference between him and Kevin Hogan. So, for the amount of times that Kevin Hogan has thrown, he has been doing really well, and I think that Stanford is really going to need him in this game in order to win because, like I said, Washington has a very good rushing defense, and I think that Kevin Hogan can step up. Um, Also, Washington, you might not believe this, but they are the worst in the country when it comes to penalties. They have the most penalties in the nation, 43 to be exact. Um, and you just can't win games like that. You can't have so many penalties, especially in this type of game. It's a conference game against a top 10 team on the road at night. You cannot afford to make as many mistakes as Washington usually does. And because of that, I'm going with the Cardinal in this game. Now it's time for the big game of the week. It's Ohio State going in to Illinois to play Northwestern. Now, this is going to be a test for Ohio State. I think it's going to be a really offensive game, but Northwestern defensively is 117th in the country in fewest pass yards allowed. So I feel like Braxton Miller, if he could excel as well as he did last week against Wisconsin, who is the 17th best defense when it comes to stopping the pass, I think that he could easily put up points, make plays against this Northwestern defense, who is, when it comes to stopping the pass, is nowhere near as good as Wisconsin. Um, Also, Northwestern gave up 30 points to Cal, 27 points to Syracuse, and 21 points to Maine. So this year, they've had the tendency of giving up a lot of points, and those aren't exactly explosive offenses. This Ohio State offense, especially with Braxton Miller back, they are completely explosive. So I think that the Buckeyes could really, their offense could really succeed in this game. And then lastly, it's just a simple fact that I found pretty interesting. Since 1973, Northwestern has only won this matchup one time. That was in 2004. So, history's not really on their side. Ohio State likes playing in this matchup. And I think that the Buckeyes, even though they are tested, get the win on the road. Now it's time for the Night Train Lock of the Week. And I am going with Florida State over Maryland. Now, Florida State is just scoring points at will. They're fourth in the country in points per game. They average 51.3 points a game, I'm pretty sure. And Maryland's defense, they've been getting a lot of credit. Right now, I think they're third in the country in points allowed per game. I think they're completely overrated. Just look at who they've been playing. They have not been playing very good competition. So I think that their defense is going to be exposed by Jameis Winston. This kid is going to be insane. He's fourth in the country in completion percentage. He's tied for ninth in the country in touchdowns. And he's third in the country in yards per attempt as a freshman. So he's really getting the job done in this Florida State offense. And I think that he could do really well in this game, along with an overlooked running attack led by Demonte Freeman. So I think that Florida State gets the win, and they are my Night Train Lock of the Week. That's it for me, and I hope you enjoy your week in college football. Peace.